What is going on, everybody? How are we all doing? And welcome back today to the latest episode of the original Road to Glory on FIFA 17. And today is episode number 35. And we're going to be looking at the squad we've been using in the last Weekend League, what we're going to do to be changing it, and I'll also show you the last game that we played in the Weekend League to hit a particular milestone, which we'll talk about in just a second. But if you do enjoy this episode, as always, leave a massive thumbs up on this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. Alex, the support on this series, on the reviews, on the channel in general lately has been amazing. We're closing in on 5,000 subscribers. I'm planning to do an in-real life football video or something like that to celebrate that milestone as a bit of a special video. So let me know if there's anything in particular you want to see in that video. But without any further ado, we're going to talk a little bit about this account as a whole, I suppose you could say. I always like to kick things off with the trade pile. I mean, it's the same old story really. We've sold a few bronze pack things. We've sold Inform Jovetic, who I've used before and has been amazing. But in this account, on this particular team we've been using, he was very underwhelming. He had a very poor goal return. I think he played something like 28 games, 5 goals, 11 assists, something like that. So he wasn't in badly on the assist front. But as far as goal scoring goes, he wasn't cutting the mustard. Most of the stuff you can see is stuff that we sold because of the Harry Kane Sbc. I think I showed you this last time out, to be honest. And there's a few things that we packed on doing various other SBCs that we got in there. I have done I've done 2 of the latest SBCs. I completed the South American tour. Now, I've completed the North American tour. We did that using all the bronze pack players that we pulled. And then the South American one. But halfway through, we've done Argentina and Colombia. We've still got Brazil and Uruguay to do. I would like to do them, but there's no expiry on these, I don't think. So I'm not in any particular rush to do it. The next thing I'm going to show you is going to be the squad itself. Now, the squad that we used in the majority of the Weekend League was this one. But instead of having Cavani and Ben Yedder, I had Ben Yedder and the Inform Jovetic. So I just threw Cavani in there. I know he's not on full chem, but I was very happy with... I preferred Cavani on 7 or 8 chem as to Jovetic on 9 or 10 chem, if that makes sense. So I decided to change it around a bit. Main thing I want to show you in this team, we unlocked Luis Suarez last time out, so this is the first time I've really had a chance to use it. And look at that goal return. In 48 games, he's got 53 goals and 24 assists. That's an incredible contribution, particularly from that cam position where... I mean, he was doing great up front, but I do think, well, I thought at the time, you know, he's not the quickest player in the world, and at cam, he's able to get into positions for long shots. He's got great passing as well, and that's exactly what we've been using him for. Fantastic shot on him from the edge of the box, finesse shots, driven shots, all that kind of stuff, and at cam, he has just been absolutely incredible. Cavani's had a lot of sub appearances off the bench, but even he's got 53 games, 31 goals, and 15 assists, so that's still a very nice contribution per game. And Ben Yedder, who's been okay, has got 43 games, 14 goals and 12 assists. So Ben Yedder's letting me down a little bit, and this is the conundrum I'm facing right now, because with what we've got on the account, what on tradables we've got in particular, in one single team I would love to get Cavani, I'd love to get Suarez, I'd love to get Iborra, I'd love to get Piszczek and Hervedez, and I'd also love to get this red Anthony Martial. Martial I've used a lot off the bench. He's got 40 games, 13 goals and 12 assists, but a lot of that has been when he's been coming on for like the last 10-15 minutes, so I wouldn't read too much into that one. He has been pretty good for us. But yeah, all those players that I've just mentioned, I'd love to get into one team, and that's proving very difficult. If you've got a way to do it, let me know in the comment section down below. But I'm going to show you what I think we're going to be using in the next Weekend League. I'm going to be practicing with it, trying it out this week in the daily knockouts, and it's this. Basically, we've got Suarez on 7 chem. Well, he'll be an 8 chem. Martial will be on 7 chem because obviously he's a winger playing up front. Suarez will be on 7 or 8 chem. And then Nzonzi will also be on 7 chem. Now, these are all the players I'd like to get into one team all together. We only get 96 chemistry, but I do think that I'm going to sacrifice the chem just to get the players in there that I want to use, if that makes sense. Now, if we could get Pogba, it would be the dream, because basically Martial needs 3 links, and the perfect link from Schneiderlin gives it him. Pogba also does that for him. But I was very hesitant to use Schneiderlin, but I looked at him, and the more I was looking at his stats, I thought to myself, you know what, Guilavogui is a player that I absolutely adore in this game, and Schneiderlin's stats aren't too dissimilar. Guilavogui got slightly more pace, slightly more defending, but other than that, I think Schneiderlin trumps him in every single stat. So we're going to give Schneiderlin a go at centre mid, and like I said, this is the team that we're going to use. Again, I wish I could use... I mean, I was tempted to go for Leno with then a perfect link to Tar, but I just don't think Leno's very good in this game. Whenever I come up against him, he never causes some issues. But like I said, this is the team I'm going to go with for next week's Weekend League. I'm going to be trying it out in the week. I do need to get the weekly rewards, which we'll get on Thursday first, really. so that we can afford the Inform and Zonzi. But up until then, I will be using the normal one, but I do want to get the Inform and Zonzi for that position. Also, at left back, I'd like to get man of the match to Escudero, but if we can't afford him, I'm more than happy to use Tremolinas again. But yeah, this is the team that I think that we're going to be using in the next weekend league. So let me know what you think of this, particularly of Schneidlin as a centre mid. If you've used him, let me know how you've got on with him. But like, again, I've said this once already, but if you've got any suggestions with how to get those players into one team, let me know on Twitter at Nidge Plays. I'd preferably like it to be a 4-3-1-2 or a 4-3-2-1. And like I said, this is the best way that I can come up with personally, and what I think is what we're going to be trying. But now I've shown you all that, what I am going to show you is the last game that we played in the weekend league as a whole, because, spoiler alert, it's a rage quit, the guy quits early, but I thought it's very rare that you see a full game on weekend league, like uninterrupted, unedited footage. So that's exactly what we're going to show you, and I'm just going to talk about the way that we play with the team and why I built it the way that I did, if that makes sense, with Suarez at camp in particular. So you can see the opponent that we face. His team should be on the screen now. It's a very French themed team. He's got the likes of Griezmann up top, he's got Ben Yedder in there as well, Ben Arthur. It's a very, very strong team. There's a couple of players in there I thought, you know what, not the best. We can definitely target them. The likes of Cabella at centre mid, I don't think he's got the greatest physicality, anything like that. But the situation that we're in Foot Champions was we were on 20 wins and we needed to win this one game. I think we had 2 or 3 games left. If we won this one game, of course, we got the goal too, which is where we have been finishing of late, and that's where I wanted to try and continue finishing, if that makes sense, because you get a good amount of money. I think we get 45k for that, as well as some decent packs as well. That's what we packed our Inform guy in a couple of weeks ago. But just in general, this weekend league had been a bit of a strange one, because I started off with the team that you will have seen in the last week, the last episode of this series, and I tinkered with it so much, it was ridiculous. I was chopping and changing all the time, and what that meant was, because I was constantly experimenting, I made me take a super early lead in this game, as you've just seen there. Suarez doing Suarez type things, as AA9 skills would say. I mean, at camp, he just arrives in the right place at the right time constantly, and when you get him in front of goal, he doesn't tend to miss many. But although this guy rage quits, as I've already told you, he does give us a very, very good game. You'll see why I love Ter Stegen so much as well, because he makes some big saves in this match. But I was going to say, yeah, we started off with, I believe, the 4-3-2-1, where I was taking off Denis Suarez, putting Martial on the right and Douglas Costa on the left-hand side. But for some reason, the midfield in that team was letting me down, and I felt like it was crazy, because despite the crazy attack force that I had, the likes of Sbc Suarez, Inform Martial and Douglas Costa, I couldn't get any chances going. I was unable to really boss a game, and I think that's partly down to the formation, which is very much built for counter-attacking, which obviously doesn't lend itself to possession football. So that didn't go great. Ended up changing it then to having the Inform Jovetic in the team, which went a little bit better. I think I actually tried Suarez and striker with Ben Yedder up before that, and then we had... No, but at one point we had Ben Yedder in cam with Suarez up front with Cavani. Then we had another team where we had Cavani and... honestly, we've changed teams so many times, I can't even remember. I know at one point we had Ben Yedder, Inform Jovetic, and then we decided to change Suarez to cam for the first time, which was a revelation, a fantastic decision that was. I mean, Suarez here, again, absolutely outstanding. Cavani should score the first time and then gets in on the rebound, and this is after this guy just missed a really good chance at the other end. So we were we were punishing him, we were clinical in this game. But yeah, like I said, when we put Suarez at cam was for me where the team came to life, because what I wanted to do was make sure he was the focus of the team, that the play was going through him and he was basically running the show. And I eventually ended up changing the midfield 3, you've just seen the team yourself, to the midfield that I know, I love and I trust so much, which is the Inform Iborra, the Guilavogui and Goretzka, which is another reason why I'm so nervous about trying this new midfield with Nzonzi, Iborra and Schneidlin, because Guilavogui and Goretzka are always so solid for me that I'm always a bit hesitant to take them out the team. But although they're solid, I do think we need to try other players, we need to try and get better players in that position. And like I say, if we could get Pogba, he's a long way away, but he's something to aim for, I suppose. But that would be amazing, because he gives Martial the perfect link that he needs. But like I say, at the moment we're going to try Schneidlin and see how that goes. But as soon as I change back to that trusted midfield 3, I'll put Suarez at cam. The team started to tick a lot more. I believe in the first 10 games where I used the 4-3-2-1 formation, we won 4 out of the 10. I then tinkered it with it a bit, and after I put Suarez at cam, we went on a run where I think we won something like 12 out of 16 games, which is a lot better, and that's what I want to be aiming for. We want to be trying to get that gold one, which obviously doesn't happen this weekend, but because of all the tinkering and everything, I'm kind of glad that we did mess with it, because it's got us into a position where I'm happy with the team and we can build around it a bit more, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm really happy with Suarez at camp. Hopefully this new midfield can do the trick. And hopefully next weekend we can go on and get Gold 1 again. I have said in previous videos on this series, and I'll stick in by it. Weekend League is something that I'm not taking anywhere near as seriously as I was weekends, like the few weekends just gone. As long as we can get Gold monthly, I will be happy. And again, we are well on course to do that. We got 24 wins in the first weekend. We picked up 21 this weekend, and I think to get that target, you only need to get something like, to get Gold monthly, I think you only need to be averaging like 17 wins, 18 wins maybe a month. You can see here, this is another thing that we've been doing. We've been taking up Ben Yedder as soon as we get the chance and bringing on Martial, because Ben Yedder is someone that, although I love him, I wish we could get his informed card into the team instead. And although his normal card is very, very good, I think we need to be making the most of the fact that we've got Red Martial and we can use him as a striker basically. So we're bringing him on early in some games, which is another reason why Ben Yedder's return perhaps wasn't as good as Suarez's. I mean, you don't expect Ben Yedder to be on the same level as Suarez, but for me, he's a very, very good striker, and his goal return doesn't reflect just how good he is for me, to be honest. But Martial, when I have used him, by the way, I read Martial. I reviewed him when he originally came out, and I do stand by what I said. I don't think this card is head and shoulders above his normal card, but his normal card is exceptional. And when we bring, I mean, Ter Stegen there again, I mean, look at that. That is unbelievable goalkeeping. But yeah, Martial, although he's not much better than his normal card is exceptional, and he is someone I do think, because we got the red version of, I do think we need to get him into the team. And that's one thing about getting his red cards. When you get good pulls like we got, I mean, we got incredibly lucky last month. For the first time we've got it as well. It's unbelievable. To get Martial, who now I constantly want to use, and Piszczek was awesome. But the problem is, I do want to try and get them in every single team that we're doing, because we've got Suarez as well and Cavani. We're constantly trying to fit 3 or 4 leagues in every team, which is cool, because I do like hybrid teams, but it does also limit us quite a lot, which is why I've ended up settling on the fact that I'm happy with Suarez on 7 chem and Cavani on 7 chem. That way, I don't have to use worse players to get them on chem, if that makes sense, because for me, I don't think there is a CDM in La Liga that's good enough to do a job, in my personal opinion. I love Iborra, but I think his class is a centre-mid rather than a CDM, and I just don't think there's anyone that's outstanding in that position, unfortunately. But the reason I'm happy with Suarez on 7 chem is because when you look at his stats compared to other cards, I think even though he's only, well, he's actually going to be an 8 chem, not 7 chem, but on 8 chem, his card stats are still going to be absolutely insane. And I've been playing him on 8 chem for a while now, and he's been absolutely bossing it, like I said. But we're in the 37th minute of this game. I think we're about to score the goal that's going to get the 3-0, and I think this is going to pull the rage quit as well. And this is another example of why Iborra is such an absolute dom. We have a long shot there. I think that's with Suarez, good save by his keeper, but Iborra comes to the fore in this game and once again shows us why he's such a beast. I'm sure the goal's coming soon, because I think this guy rage quits before half time. I think we play it around nicely here. I think this is where it falls to him. We play it to him at the top of the box, maybe. Maybe I'm going absolutely mad. I'm recording this on Monday. We did this yesterday, and it's honestly just goes straight at your head. The weekend league all just blurs onto one big thing. What I will say, though, is Iborra, this finish, when it does happen, is absolutely deadly. He's got such a great stroke on him, and that's one of the reasons that I do want to try and fit him into as many teams as possible. I'm pretty sure this is it. What a hit that is. Suarez again at the heart of it. Scoop turning around the defender. Puts Iborra into a decent position, but that is still only a half chance. And he takes it so well, putting it absolutely top bins. But this is where this guy rage quits. It finishes 3-0. We get the 21st win that we need to get gold 2 for the week, which I'm very, very happy with. Like I say, we get decent packs and 45k, which will allow us to buy the inform and Zonzi, hopefully, and potentially complete more of the SBCs as well. But hopefully you all enjoyed this episode. Let me know if you liked this sort of looking back on a full game, if you enjoyed watching the full match to see how I play in Weekend League, that kind of stuff. And yeah, I'll speak to you all in the next video, which is going to be tomorrow, which is probably going to be a play review, I would imagine. If not, I don't know what it's going to be. So I'll catch you all there, lads. No matter what it is, I hope I'll speak to you all there. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Nidge out.
Yo, he's Nidge, plays with big games and player reviews are getting insane. He entertains while he elevates, his video quality resonates. On career mode, he got lots of vids uploading off and he's rocking it. He's got the confidence in all his commentaries. Videos range, they often vary. Got need for speed and a road to glory. Just watching vids and you know the story. The content is underrated, I'm understating, so don't ignore the like and